Yo, what's good, y'all? No pardons, back at it again, straight from the work laptop. I told y'all, man, laptop at work. Y'all know what we doing. We here to talk some undisputed, man. We're here to talk about more gripes, more things that I'd like to see changed in the game. And they're not too crazy, just some stuff I feel like Steel City can definitely hit the gas on and really get us going as far as getting the competitive players something to help them deal with this early access adventure that we're on right now, man. So we're gonna jump right into it, man. My three things today will be super block, animation chaining, right? And lack of movement fatigue, man. Three really big things that I think if the game changes, it becomes the greatest boxing game that we've ever had, like ever in the history of gaming. So come on this journey with me. Let's chop it up and let's talk some undisputed, man. All right, y'all. First thing up is the super block. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. If you play Undisputed, you know exactly what I'm talking about, man. The super block. If you don't know what the super block is, basically in Undisputed, it's really, I don't even think you could actually punch past the guard, right? And then there's some situations where the person could be guarding their head and their face. You're punching at the body. Somehow the block is still also guarding the body as well. It's really weird. But that's why we call it the super block, because it's hard to punch past the guard and it's really hard to break the guard down, right? I'm going to show you a few examples of what I'm talking about. So here we got the same Usyk and Ali video that I used before, but I'm going to use a different instance in the fight where the super block was you could pretty much tell what was going on as far as super block goes. If that makes any sense, I'm just rambling. Watch this, right? Swing, swing, swing. We're trading. A lot of those punches are missing. I'm gonna unmute it because you can hear the gloves impacting each other. You can pretty much hear the super block happening, right? So boom. I'm gonna turn this down so shit don't echo in my ear. Fine. Wait, hold on. Did I unmute it? Let me unmute this. Boom. Check this out. You can hear, like, we're throwing combos very tight on the inside. We're real close to each other. We're throwing combos. I threw a couple uppercuts in there, and you can hear that it's hitting the block. It's not really contacting the head at all. It's not getting past the guard. Like, no matter what I do to try to find different angles, it's not getting past the guard. Let's do that again. Cracked him that first one. He punched my gloves. He was not blocking on most of that. I'm throwing uppercuts and combos, and it's not doing anything, right? We're trading, but it's resulting in nothing. I'm just punching and it's hitting the guard. Boom. This is an instance where he's hurt. How did I miss that body shot? You know what I mean? Right there, that first body shot. Look, how did I miss that? He's guarding his head. I threw a left to the body and he's holding his high guard. And somehow I wasn't able to land that body shot. That's pretty weird, right? Now let's go back. Not let's go back, but let's go forward, right? So here's me. I'm Joe Louis. I'm going against an Ali online, right? Let me see if I can find the exact moment where I was like, what's happening? Right? I was whooping on him. Let's just watch this clip. Swing, boom, caught him with the body shot after I missed the left hook. Cracked him. You know, hitting him up, missed that uppercut, don't know how. Good power punch though, right? Now watch. Got him with the body shots, jabbed, and something was supposed to take him down. Now look. Come on now. How did I miss any of that? Let's go back. Watch that. First jab hit, second jab somehow missed. My fist was in there. My fist was in his guard. You can see it. When I jab, look at the jab again. Jab, somehow missed. Then I miss that body shot, and I miss the other body shot, even though he's guarding his head. That's a problem for me. If I'm swinging at your head, if I'm swinging at your body and you're guarding your head, I don't know what would be blocking those body shots from happening, right? You can even see where there should have been impact and you just hear glove and nothing else. It's almost as if he was guarding his body. That's one of the big problems when it comes to Undisputed and when it comes to like taking people down who aren't quite defensively sound and stuff like that. It just takes away from the experience, man. Like that drives me insane trying to hit somebody knowing I'm throwing clean shots and just hearing because I'm hitting glove. That's something that needs to change. We need to be able to break down the block health a lot more. Like the block health needs to be able to be broken down. Simple as that. Or I need to be able to punch past the guard sometimes. I'm not saying every single time I throw a punch at the head and you're guarding your head, I should be able to punch past your guard. But if I'm creating good angles, I'm pivoting and doing stuff like that, and I'm punching at your guard, at some point your hands would drop, or at least I'd be able to get one or two of those shots to get through the guard. Even when I'm going in there and I'm throwing combos, I'm throwing the 1-2, and I might throw a hook in there, and I might throw an uppercut in there. One of those shots is gonna get through the guard. One of those shots is gonna knock away your glove so I can get through the guard. And I think Undisputed has to really, really work on that part of the sim boxing aspect. Like I should be able to get through your guard at some point, especially if you're just standing there holding guard. Your arms are gonna get tired. You're gonna get tired of me punching your arms. You know what I mean? Like there has to be something that shows that the block is breaking down because a lot of the time I can't really tell, and it takes a lot of damage to break the guard in this game. All right, so my next issue, and this is one that I think that they can fix fairly quickly, depending on how much they're working on this stuff. But animation chaining. Animation chaining. Now, this is really important, right? Because for me, this eliminates one of the most annoying things in Undisputed right now when it comes to playing online, and that's cheese, man. You know what cheese is. You've been over to a friend's house, you've been to a cousin's house, right? You turn on Killer Instinct, you turn on Mortal Kombat, you turn on Dragon Ball Tenkaichi, any of those games, right? You and your friend or your cousin, y'all are playing, it's going well, you're having a great time, but then the competitive spirit jumps out, right? You get to, now you start overly competing, right? To the point where someone decides that they're gonna use an exploit in the game, right? They're gonna use that same combo over and over again because they know it works. And you're sitting there screaming your head off, telling your cousin to stop cheesing. I think that better animation chaining in Undisputed eliminates a lot of the cheese that exists in the game right now. When I say animation chaining, I'm meaning when you throw a punch in this game, you can throw that same exact punch like 3 or 4 times, like rapidly. It looks very strange, right? I'm gonna show you that in this example right here. I'm going against Sugar Ray Robinson. This fight was very frustrating, by the way, because he did this the entire fight. So peep this, y'all. Boom, right, cracked him. I'm Terrence Crawford. We're going against Sugar Ray Robinson. Watch this combo. 1, 1, 2. He does it one more time. Boom. He's throwing that hook. He's constantly throwing that left hook. I'm cracking him. 1, 1, 2. Again, I'm cracking him. Look. Bing. Power shot. Bing, bing. One. He's throwing that left hook like 3 times in a row rapidly, like a machine gun. Look at him. He's throwing it until he's tired. I cannot believe that just rocked me. He was throwing fatigued punches that many times in a row, and it rocked me. That's bad. That looks bad. No, that does not work. You cannot throw a triple hook combo and be getting cracked in the middle of it and nothing happens to you. He's throwing that hook 3 and 4 times till he can't anymore. The fatigue is kicking in and he was still throwing it, and that rocked me. That's not good. There needs to be a moment between each punch. It can't be yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? That's when it turns into Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, to where you're no, that doesn't look good. That doesn't quite reflect sim boxing to me. That's not realistic. That's nonsense. And in the middle of it, I'm cracking him, throwing uppercuts and all of this, and yet I'm the one that gets rocked. If anything, he should be tired. This is the 9th round. He should not be able to be throwing that combo the same exact way that he was throwing it in the first round, for one. But also, he shouldn't be able to throw a combo like that at all. You don't really see too many boxers throwing combos with the same arm like that in real life. It just doesn't happen. It's not a real thing. So that's one of the things that they got to. I know you can probably hear the frustration in my voice, but it's real bad seeing that in game. They need to have proper resets for those animations. You know what I mean? Like your arm needs to come back to your body or your face somehow before you throw that punch. And it's kind of crazy because it happens with just about all the animations in the game. You can kind of snap to each animation. The left right looks good sometimes, but if you're spamming, it looks horrible because it's happening so quickly. There needs to be more momentum between each punch instead of just snapping into each punch. You can even see it when you do some of the new like diagonal dodges. You can do like a diagonal dodge and then throw a punch out, and it kind of like snaps you up into an upright stance to throw that next punch or to do that next movement, and it kind of makes it look a little more unnatural. So I think they definitely need to work on having something happen in between a punch and a movement, or a movement and or vice versa. You know what I mean? And I think that would make the game look a little more realistic. I think it would make the game look a little more natural as far as the movements and the punches go. But they definitely have to work on animation chaining so that spamming can slowly be eliminated, because there's a lot of people online right now. They'll find a combo like this dude where he's just like jab and then throw 3 left hooks in a row. There's a lot of that online. It plays the online community, and volume punching is way, way, way too valuable right now over picking your shots and making the right punches happen. So I definitely think that's something that they should try to really hone in on and focus on, is getting those punches to look a little more natural. Now for this next issue, and this is the last issue of the video right here, for this next issue, it's it's pretty much something that should have already been in the game. For me personally, it should have been in the game. But we're going to talk about movement fatigue, right? So essentially all I'm talking about is late into the fight, when both fighters are tired, stamina's low, they should be moving slow. The punches should be slower. The damage threshold is now higher because you're tired, right? So one punch could do you, right? It could do you in. You'd be done, right? In Undisputed, though, you're pretty much moving at the same exact speed from round 1 through 12. Your punches aren't really being affected by your stamina, so you're just throwing the punches at the same speed. You can even throw some of the same combos that you would in the first round, which is incredibly unrealistic, because in real life, everything slows down. The amount of damage you can do might not be that high. The amount of, I can't talk. The amount of damage that you can take is significantly lower because you've taken damage over the fight. And this is what I mean by things need to slowly progress in Undisputed during the fights, instead of everything being the same exact way it was in the first round. I feel like this is a bit of an oversight. But here's a clip of, this is the 12th round. The last round of the fight, we've been going at it for 12 rounds. Look, he's hurt. That didn't kill him. I don't know how. We're still bouncing around, right? You're still throwing quick combos. Ali's hands are quick. Deontay Wilder's not known to really be a guy that can be in the fight this late still. He'd be tired by now. But he can just throw steps. He can just jump in with the same exact jab. It's still quick. That just rocked me. I can't believe that. This is what I mean, though. at some point your footwork wouldn't be as good because you're tired. You wouldn't be able to just be throwing that back step straight nonsense in the 12th round of the fight. Not with Deontay Wilder. He's known to be someone who gasses out pretty quickly, to be honest. So the fact that he's able to move around like that, step in with that quick jab, throw that quick back step straight combo, it just isn't a good look. Stamina has to affect movement. It has to affect how quickly punches are thrown. It has to affect the accuracy of the punches. Like there has to be a lot that's affected at the end of the fight. Right? The punches have to mean more at that point. And it just seems like from round 1 to round 12, it's the same exact fight, which is 30 minutes of frustration. Because you spend all your time trying to work their body to get them tired, only for them to be in loose movement and to be moving around freely for the rest of the fight. That to me is a no-no. And that's something, movement fatigue is something that needs to be implemented like now. So that people who know boxing and know that you have to work the body to get that person tired, or know that you have to let that person whiff and make them whiff and make them miss punches. You like, if you know and understand boxing, you know that those are two things that are very important to winning a fight and to maybe even getting the knockdown during the fight late. And Undisputed just kind of, I don't know what happened there, but there definitely needs to be some kind of tax on everything once your stamina is low. And that's one of the biggest issues in the game, I feel like. Here's another clip of, late in the fight. Here's me. I'm Ricky Hatton. I'm going against Loma. It's round 10 to 12. And look at how we're moving. You know what I mean? Like, we're still moving around pretty fluid. The weaves are still quick. Look at his combo. He's throwing combos. It's super late in the fight. My stamina's super high. Like, yeah, it just doesn't really scream sim boxing or realistic boxing. That's where it feels more arcade. You know, in most arcade boxing games, you're just kind of throwing punches, throwing punches, throwing punches, throwing punches. You're just doing wild stuff until somebody eventually gets knocked down. But in this game, Undisputed has the great foundation for a sim boxing game. But that's just one of those things where it's like, how did they miss that? You know what I mean? Like that small, minute detail. So definitely want to see movement fatigue in the game. That's one of my biggest gripes. Probably top two. One's vulnerability. 2 is probably movement fatigue. 3 is probably the super block. But yeah, man, we got to have some movement fatigue. We got to make stamina matter a lot more than just getting a random rock stage whenever you randomly land a power straight, because none of this stuff right now feels like it's happening for boxing reasons. And that's what we need more of. This is the end of my video for Undisputed, man, and my gripes about the game and the things that I think needs to be changed, the things that I need to see moving forward in Undisputed. You know, we need to see block health deteriorate over the course of the fight. We need to see stamina, taxing punches, movement, and all types of other stuff during the end of the fight, you know, especially when it comes to the damage that you can take. And we need to see reduced damage on combos and punches at the end of the fight. We just need to see some more significant changes now. But I do see, you know, Steel City, they're out there, they're trying to make some things happen. They're working on desync. They're trying to make the AI more intelligent so that they're more fun to fight. You know, we see you guys out there working. There's just a few things that you might be overlooking that could definitely help out with the entire experience, man. And I hope to see these changes implemented soon. I'm going to continue giving my feedback, continue giving suggestions. I'm going to continue to play the game so that I can, you know, figure out what I want to see when it's time for full release and when it's time to see career and all that stuff. But I appreciate everybody for watching my videos, coming through, commenting. Anybody that's ever commented on any video, I appreciate that. I hope you enjoy this content. Let me know what kind of changes you want to see in Undisputed as well, man. Hit me up in the comments. I'll be around, man. We'll be talking about Undisputed a lot more. You might see some more actual fights. You might even see my face in a new video I got coming pretty soon. I'm pretty sure I want to actually do some matches on my YouTube as well. but we'll continue to help Steel City figure out where the sweet spot is for this game, man. Because I want to see them succeed. We haven't had a boxing game in over a decade, so it's about time for us to have one and to have a complete one, man. But y'all have a good one, as you already know. It's your boy NoPardons, man. Love y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay inside because people are running wild and you don't want to be involved with that shit and all, man. You already know. Peace.